today we're going to be learning about fourths, and I know you guys have been talking about halves and splitting shapes up into half and splitting numbers in half with drawing circles and splitting them in half. So fourths is a lot like half, but what's important about splitting something in half? If I have 4 circles and I want to split all these circles in half, where am I going to draw my line? Morgan?
In the middle.
In the middle, right here?
Yes.
And how do I know that that's half?
Because there's 2 dots on one side and 2 dots on the other side.
And that means they are what?
Equal.
Equal. And that's what's really important about dividing things up and splitting things equally. So we have 2 on this side and we have 2 on this side. So they're equal. So just like when we split these up in half, we make 2 equal groups. So when we split into fourths, how many equal groups do you think we're going to find?
4.
4 equal groups. So it's important when we start learning about fourths to remember the groups have to be equal. So if I draw a square and I want to split it up into fourths, where am I going to draw my first line?
Down the middle.
Down the middle? Okay, so we're going to go down the middle. Is that in fourths?
No.
What's that in?
Halves.
And how do we know that's in half?
There's 2 pieces.
2 equal sized pieces, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think we're going to get from half into 1/4?
4 equal pieces.
4 equal pieces. So how are we going to turn these 2 equal pieces into 4 equal pieces? Morgan?
You take 1/2 and split that in half, and then you take the other half and split that in half.
Perfect. So to get to fourths, we're going to take half of the whole shape, and then we're going to take those and we're going to split them in half again. So we're going to take this and we're going to split it in half, and we're going to take this side and we're going to split it in half. Do we have 4 parts? Are they
Yes.
equal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4, and that makes our whole square. So we're going to do a little bit of practice with fourths here. Let me connect. There we go. Okay, so I have this square up here on the screen, and I have it on my iPad, and how this works is you're going to drag these ropes over, and you can connect them like this. So I'm going to hand you guys my iPad, and we're going to split up this square right here into fourths. So who wants to try it first? Morgan. So Lindsay, we can watch up here, and then we can see if we agree with what Morgan's doing. Are you done?
Yep.
Okay, so Lindsay, thumbs up if you agree, thumb in the middle if you don't know, thumbs down if you disagree. Disagree? Okay, so why do you think that this is not in fourths?
There's only 3 pieces.
There's only 3 pieces. So Morgan, see how you only have 1, 2, 3 pieces?
I want to try it in, I think.
Okay, so let's look at your first one that you did. Was that in half?
No.
No, that wasn't in half. And so where do we need to move that so that it will be in half first?
Maybe 1 down.
Okay, you try that. Because remember, to get to a fourth, we have to split it in half first and then split it in half again. So now you have 1/2 and 1/2. See how those are equal?
Yes.
Yep. So now we're going to split it into fourths. Go down.
What? I saw what you meant.
Okay. So Lindsay, do you want to try?
Yeah.
Okay, so Morgan got it in half for us because we have 2 equal parts. Let's see if Lindsay can show us how to get it into fourths. Awesome! So we split it in half this way, and then we split it in half this way, right?
Thumbs up if you agree.
Thumbs up if you agree.
I thought that they had to be like this.
Oh, you thought you couldn't divide them up different ways.
Yeah.
Nope,
I
we can
thought-
divide them up any way as long as there's 4 equal sized pieces. So let's count the dots in the middle to make sure they're equal. 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this shape here is partitioned, which is a fancy way for saying split equally, into fourths because we have 4 equal sized pieces. So now we're going to try one like this. Let's see if you can partition this shape into fourths. Do you think that we can partition a circle into fourths?
Yeah. It's probably possible.
How do you think we can do
I
it?
can do it.
Let me erase it.
Don't need to ask the favorite.
Okay, let's see if you can do it, Morgan. What do we have to do first? Half. Do you agree, Lindsay? Thumbs up from Lindsay. So we have 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. We have 4 equal sized pieces. So she partitioned this circle into fourths. Okay, we're gonna come back over here and we're gonna do a word problem.
God, get out.
Okay, so we're gonna
Sign a
say Mom has 8 apples. She wants to eat 1/4 of her apples. How many apples will Mom eat? So she has 8 apples and she wants to eat 1/4 of her 8 apples. What's the first thing we need to do with a story problem?
Make apples.
Make apples. So how many apples do we need?
1/4 of 8.
1/4 of 8. So we're going to draw 8 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So just like when we split up our shapes into fourths and we split them in half and then in half again, what do you think we're going to do when we split up these 8 apples for our story problem into fourths? Lindsay?
Split them in half.
In half, and where do you think half is?
After 4.
After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check and see. We have 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. Is that in half?
No. Well, yeah. It's in
Yes,
half.
it's in half. Is that in fourths?
No.
No. So what do we need to do now to each side to get it into fourths?
Split it in half again.
Split it in half again. So where am I going to go in half here? After how many?
2.
I know the answer.
2. Morgan, how many on this side?
2. She gets 2. Mom eats 2.
2. Mom eats 2 apples because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of 2. So we know that 1/4 of 8 equals what?
2.
2.
I should raise my hand. Sorry.
Good job. How much time do we have? What am I at?
You're at 10 minutes.
I'm at?
Yep.
Okay.
You can wrap it up, Miss Abby.
So, Do we think we understand fourths?
Yes.
Thumbs up if you understand splitting shapes into fourths and using them for story problem, because you're gonna have both of those on your homework tonight.
I know I'm better than Lindsay.
Okay, you're very
Beautiful.
smart. Okay, thanks guys.
Oh my